Welcome to
Too Random.
I'm SirXpress.
I'm ISpeakMotivate.
And today we're going to talk about cancel culture.
But before we do, we just want to give special thanks to the random community. So far, I looked at our stats, and this is our stats, the random community. You guys have 47 downloads, 112 plays, and we actually got one live viewer.
Thank you for tuning in live yesterday for our 6th episode. We're going live for 7 today.
And we're just so excited. So cancel culture is basically the craziness of somebody making one mistake
and losing their life over it.
Losing their whole livelihood over it. And we're just going to give an example to just give you guys a point of reference. And it is Michael B. Jordan. Can you tell me what happened?
So Michael B. Jordan took a picture with one of his friends and a couple females that were around. Now, the thing is, it wasn't even his girl. It was his friend's girl that they were taking pictures with. So he had to come out with a video defending himself against people saying, oh, he's over here loving white women and doesn't love black women. And he had to come back. He said, I love all milk. I love chocolate milk. I like strawberry. I like vanilla. I like almond. He went through everything. And it was just funny to me because it's like, have we gotten that far into this culture to where you can't do anything?
Right. I mean, you're enjoying yourself on a vacation. And then people also got to think about the geographic location. He's in Italy. There's going to be a certain demographic that's going to be there. And so because he's having fun with his friends, all of a sudden he hates black women. He didn't say anything demeaning towards black women or any other races or any other minorities. And it's just a thing where we as a community have to stop the cancel culture because it has gotten out of hand, because they're like, oh, forget black. If there's a Black Panther 2, Creed, or whatever, we're not going to watch any Michael B. Jordan movies or shows because he hates black women, or we're going to stop supporting men that don't love us. The situation is, he never said that he did not like black women at all. And then even if he were to have the preference of liking Caucasian women, why is that a problem? Because everybody should have their personal preference regardless of what it is, and that makes them who they are. Cancel culture is becoming so toxic that it is taking away certain things for us, and that's where we're going to talk about.
It's going to be the pros, the cons, and the similarities between both.
Yes, and so one thing that I can say, one pro is of the cancel culture will be accountability. And the only reason I say that is if the accountability is for a person that deserves it. So, for example, the R. Kelly situation with him and the young girls, the abuse, the molestation. For that, bringing accountability to him and draining his income, which is a similarity that is a benefit, and also something that is negative to a person that is completely innocent and just has a certain belief or has performed a certain action, or just have a certain stance or what have you. But with R. Kelly, when it comes to the accountability, it's a beautiful thing if we have some other plans behind it as far as
reflection and growing as a person. Like if this causes him to reflect and say, maybe I need to go and go to a therapist.
Let me get rehabilitation. I think there needs to be a a rehabilitation culture.
Exactly.
Let me progress. Let me pause and think about what I've done. And then let me progress. Let me learn. Because the problem that I have with cancel culture is people act like, oh my gosh, I'm Jesus. I've never made a mistake in my life.
And it's a lie.
And that's the main people. They feel like, oh my, they're the main people that want forgiveness. And that's the thing that gets me. The people, the ringleaders of this cancel culture, when they want to make a mistake, oh, I just made a mistake. I'm only human. But these people, but when it comes to cancel culture, you're not human. So let's talk about the cons. So the cons are the bandwagoning effect. And this causes abusive bullying behavior. And this is because people are not generating facts.
Exactly.
They're not absorbing all the facts before they so-called cancel someone.
Exactly. And one other example that I can bring up of that is the whole situation of Kevin Hart and his wife. People were so quick to cancel Kevin Hart, but not really think about, well, what did his wife do? Well, if his wife can forgive him, why haven't you? So there's different things of that, and it's like when he was doing the Oscars and he was going to be a host, and because he had made some jokes about homosexuality, they tried to cancel him for being the host, and so he resigned so he didn't have to go through that.
And he asked for forgiveness. And that's the thing. He asked for forgiveness. And that's the unfortunate thing. He was saying in his videos that people were not allowing him to grow from that. He was like, that was 6 years ago. I've evolved. I've become a better man. And that's the thing. Cancel culture is so stagnant. It's right there that's the end of you. And if we done that, if we actually did the cancel culture in real life, everyone would be canceled.
Exactly.
And what I would love to call for is, just like Amanda Seales said in her interview on The Real, for a redemption culture where we're like, okay, I did this. What resources can we give to people? Even with the R. Kelly situation, therapy, because he's a person that is destroying young girls' lives because internally he's destroyed from his molestation as well. So we need resources to come to people to help them get to a great place of growth.
Exactly. Look up places. You know where he lives. He lives in Chicago. He had a house in Atlanta. So you know that there was 2 places that you could have offered, hey, there's a rehabilitation place right over here. Why don't you go check it out and see if you really are doing these things, because you may just not understand that the things that you're doing are wrong, because there are people like that because it's so embedded in their lives that they don't understand I'm doing wrong, because they see it as, oh, this is how I grew up, this is right.
Exactly. And that's hard to change that programming of childhood. And that's the thing. When people have destructive behaviors, it's so important. The cancel culture is important as far as draining finances from that person, especially with R. Kelly. Money would do nothing but magnify what he has going on with the molestation of the young girls, the mistreatment and abuse. That's just going to magnify it and make him have a huger horde of young ladies that he can hurt, which that's important with the cancel culture, with draining his finances, especially in that regard. So that is a very good thing. But we need to speak about rehabilitation. It's so important to bring resources to people around him in high places, around him, other celebrities that can come to his aid and things like that. Not on a handicapping level of, oh yes, continue to do this and we turn a blind eye. But look, we're not going to perform with you. We're not going to do such and such with you until you get help.
Exactly.
You need to admit what you have done, because the first step they always say is admitting it. Then we need to get therapy.
Because there's been so many people that have come out. There's been too many females that have said, yes, he did this to me. Yes, he did that. And it's like, dude, are you not understanding that at the end of the day, you need to get the help to make sure that your mind is being renewed in the way that it should be, not to want to molest little kids or do this. Go get help, because at the end of the day, that will be the best thing.
And another problem with the cancel culture is taking words or actions out of context. And that was with the Michael B. Jordan situation. His whole situation, he was having fun. I mean, he's working all the time on these sets and things, and he's just like chilling. Let me chill. And by not allowing people to be their authentic selves, for all the rights that we're pushing for, human rights and all of that, we're making that go, we're pushing that all the way back, because we're creating inauthentic people that are actually scared to share their lives with us, because I may be canceled over the littlest thing. And people, it's creating an eggshell effect with people, because they're like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to do this, this, and this. And then they live, celebrities and other people and influencers will live in a prison box of, oh man, let me not come out with that. And then that affects their art that you love.
Exactly.
That affects their art. If someone's miserable, like, oh, I can't really share this. And the thing is, that's how you learn.
Exactly.
When you come, just like with your parents, you say something wrong, and then when it's exposed, you're able to change, you're able to reflect, you're able to get to another place.
Exactly. I see that I did wrong here. Let me fix it by doing this here. And so now I can grow and be a better person.
Because the worst thing that cancel culture can do is continue to cancel people that do not deserve it, because what's going to happen is the real monsters will know how to play the game and be so politically correct that they will destroy people behind the scenes.
Exactly. In the background where nobody can see. Like that millionaire that has been in the news talking about, the child, not pornography, but sex trafficking. He was doing things in the background. Nobody knew until he finally got caught. Because people, like, cancel culture,
it's all about appearances. It's not about what's true. That is the biggest thing about cancel culture. And that's why cancel culture needs to be canceled, because it's so superficial, but it's not exactly what's true. You know what I mean? And that's what we need to get to. And again, what about they don't even give people a probation period. They're like, oh, you're canceled.
Exactly.
Even with terminations, you get a verbal, a written, and then you get terminated. Like, cancel culture's like, oh, you're done.
Cancel culture makes people inauthentic. And so at the end of the day, we cannot be that type of people that we're making people inauthentic.
So today I challenge you to cancel culture, because it's getting out of hand. And you guys, please comment and let us know your feelings on cancel culture. We love you guys. Share, like, and subscribe for more.
Love you guys.